Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be looking at the Three Stooges, more specifically the Stooge short called From Nurse to Worse. Now this is the 49th short film released by Columbia Pictures August 23rd, 1940. It was filmed between May 15th through the 18th, 1940. Make sure to watch this entire video guys and gals because I will be giving away a Three Stooges DVD in this video. I will give you all of the details. It will be absolutely free of charge to you. You don't have to pay shipping. It is just a way to promote my videos and to get my channel to expand. If you're a big Stooge fan, don't forget to look at the description below. I have a link to a playlist with the previous 48 short films by the Stooges. I go through tons of bloopers and history, so be sure and check those out after this. Now, believing that the insurance fraud is the best way to get rich, Curly pretends that he goes insane by being a dog, or he acts like a dog, that is. And the plan slowly unravels when the doctor decides to perform brain surgery on him. They get chased by a cop and hospital staff, and the boys try to escape from the hospital. It's a really funny episode. Now, From Nurse to Worse was filmed on Brownstone Street at the Columbia Ranch, and it gave viewers a good look at the facades of New York Street, Modern Place as well, and he used previous footage from Dizzy Doctors, which is a short that I did look at and I did review, and I'll expand upon that a little later in the video, and that was filmed on Modern Street on the Columbia Ranch. Now this one isn't a blooper, but it's a really interesting tidbit and fact, and that's that you can see the boys are in the back of this dog catcher truck, and then the men, the dog catchers, turn on the radio and you can hear a voice over the radio. If you don't really pay attention, you won't notice, but that's actually Mo speaking in his normal voice, and if you really pay attention, you will pick it out.
We interrupt this program to broadcast a warning. Be on the lookout for three funny-looking men.
Now the Stooge short Nutty But Nice, which is two before this one, the Stooges are trying to look for the kidnapped father of this young girl, and we hear Curly yodel, quote unquote, and this is the song that precedes every time that Curly yodels, and they play it right before Mo's tune. It's kind of cool, but it's something that if you really don't pay attention, you won't pick up on.
Running doggies down, why he's more fun than a painted clown.
It's upon this moment where we hear Curly yodel. It's always nice to see Vernon Dent in a Stooge episode. He's known as one of the unofficial Stooges, and it's great to see him. Another one of the unofficial Stooges is, of course, Bud Jameson and Emil Sitka, who unfortunately don't make an appearance in this episode. Some of the best scenes in the short are just scattered throughout, beginning from the Stooges trying to get money from different areas. We see Mo trying to get Curly's money out of this locked purse that he has around his neck, and he even has the opportunity to grab some money that Larry had stashed up in his hair. Now I want to point out this particular scene because it is a recurring gag that the Stooges do. They talk about good old or good time Charlie. Now when they meet a guard or some type of cop or someone who's blocking their way, they reference this man Charlie. And the guard asks, "Who's Charlie?" And the Stooges say, "Everyone knows who Charlie is. He walks like this." And then they demonstrate a kind of a silly walk, and they go clear of the guard, and they continue, at which point they take off running. They basically have escaped and tricked the guard, and this is one of the moments where they do that. You can listen to that scene and sound effect again, and you will notice that when the man flips over, there's a sound that is not really supposed to be there. It's kind of funny. The sound's supposed to be when the platter slaps on the ground or when the men hit the ground, but there's a flipping over right when the man's in the air and the cop is pretty much frozen on the ground. There's a sound which shouldn't be there. Now here's a great blooper, guys and gals. We see the boys, that is Mo and Larry, running down the hall. You will notice Mo cuts a quick right, and then Larry for some reason doesn't really notice where Mo's going, so he goes left, but then he realizes it's the wrong way, and then he goes right again. Pretty cool cat. I do want to make a note here, guys and gals. Back to the Woods was one of the first Stooge shorts where we see reused footage. This is something that as the shorts go on and they get older, as basically the Stooges do more of that work, you start to see more and more stock footage, previous footage that was shot being used in other shorts, and then they add little things in the beginning and to the end. So we start to see this happening in this short in particular when the three boys are on a gurney. This is from Dizzy Doctors, and then you see them basically roll out into the street and escape from the cops and the orderlies. Again, this gurney scene is from Dizzy Doctors. Notice here this pretty big blooper. They have two kind of poles that they're holding, and then this is clearly a curtain or maybe even some type of bed sheet that is used. More likely thing is a bed sheet, but look how flimsy it is, something that would flap in the Then you move to this, which is supposed to be one continuous shot, and you can see that there's a kind of a frame in the middle that is holding this stiff, basically to make it look like it's a sail and it's catching the wind. You can see there's kind of a backbone structure there, and we can clearly see. Now remember how this is a continuous shot. Now the Stooges all of a sudden have a different type of material. It's a kind of a cardboard or even like a stiff type of material, even like almost like a wooden board that's used again to mimic the look that it is catching the wind. They use 3 or 4 different types of materials to mimic this sail scene. And finally here you see them holding the 2 bamboo poles or the 2 wooden poles, and then you see kind of like a frame that is used, in fact 3 of them. So it's pretty cool once you watch this entire scene, which lasts about 10 seconds, how different the sail changes in different moments of the scene. Pretty cool. Well, that's it, guys and gals. Thank you so much for watching. I do want to let you know how to win the DVD. All you got to do is become a subscriber. If you're already subscribed, you're on your way there. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be considered for this giveaway. Then you have to hit the thumbs up button. That's the second thing you have to do. And down in the comments below, you have to leave a comment saying which moment in this short was your favorite. My favorite was when the boys were inside the fumigation truck and they were scratching each other because they had the fleas. It's hilarious, and the dogs were scratching their backs as well, and they were scratching the dogs. What a great moment. Good luck to all the participants, and I'll reveal the winner in the next 3 Stooges videos, so make sure and participate. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to always stay positive, always better yourself, and most importantly, be hopeful.